Hey everybody, I'm Jesse,
And I'm Addie.
and we just finished watching Retribution with Liam Neeson. And this movie is classic Liam Neeson, if you already didn't expect that, and not in a good way. This is a remake, rehash, reboot of a Latino film called El Desconocido. Exact same story, never heard of it. Probably for that reason, probably VOD, I'm not sure. But yeah, this has Liam Neeson written all over your typical explosions and his
Taken
grungy
persona, yeah.
voice. Yeah, that exact same persona he's done every single time. At this point, I feel like I applaud him for even getting into the box office, into the theater, because I feel like he's gone down the same path that Bruce Willis did, except Bruce Willis took the path of he's like, I'll do anything for money, but went straight to VOD, as opposed to Liam Neeson's like, I'll do anything for money, but he's actually going into the movie theater. So despite the harsh ratings, he's making it into the movie theater. So I applaud
That's
him
a
for
win.
that.
A win is a win. I definitely do think this is very Taken movie vibes. He plays the same character. He is just a dad who is on the hunt to rescue his children. If you watch the trailer, you got the entire movie. There's not much else happening there, but I think it was, pretty predictable, pretty classically Liam Neeson.
Yeah, it is a very slow story. I don't know if I was just tired or what, but I was falling asleep a little bit at the beginning of
It
the
was also
movie.
cold in the movie theater, so
Yeah,
that was
and I'm not
cozy.
necessarily like comfortable in the A. I'm don't get me wrong, the AMC seat recliners are nice, but I'm not necessarily comfortable because I wear shorts and so like my legs are getting stuck to
To
the
the
seat.
stick.
But I was falling asleep because there was just points where it was just talking, but it didn't feel like it was helping or carrying the movie along in any sort of significant way. Like this movie could have been chopped down into like a 30, maybe 40-minute short film. It doesn't require or demand that attention of like a 2 hour. I don't even know how long this film is. I
I think
think
it was like an hour and a
probably like an
half.
hour and a
Yeah.
half film, which is already not long.
Hmm.
Like a 90-minute film is good, but this movie is so slow and boring that it's not good. You don't even feel the stakes when there should be stakes. You know, when you're concerned about somebody dying or his family. I guess you don't get to really
Get to know the
get to
character.
know the characters, and the first interaction you have with these characters and his children, the first interaction you have with his wife, you feel kind of bad for her, but the first interaction you have with the children is already off to a bad start because they're just like these whiny, snotty children. So when there are stakes, I didn't necessarily feel any. I didn't feel worried. I wasn't like edge of my seat or anything.
I was a little bit, but I'm a sucker for a classic dumb movie, and I do like dumb movies. So I didn't hate this one. I don't think it was the greatest film ever made, but like I'd watch it again.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that about certain Liam Neeson films that have come out in the past couple of years that are very similar to this, in particular, Nonstop and The Commuter, but more because of the fact it's like you're trying to figure out what is going on or like who is like this person who's threatening to bomb the train or bomb the plane or whatever, and there's all these faces in this claustrophobic space that it feels more tense as opposed to this. You have three people in a car just nonstop driving. I
Yeah.
didn't feel any tension. Um, and the children, which are riding with him the entire time, to me were just annoying. They just kept repeating the same thing or like stating the obvious, and I'm just like, no person with a brain would say this thing. You know, it kind of felt like they were just there just to make you worry about them, but I didn't care about them. I wanted them to die so that they could like stop talking. Um, the little girl sometimes was very endearing, and she like there was some cute moments with her where they were like, "Are you okay?" and she would like give a thumbs up or something. But like for the most part, they were just very not likable.
I mean, yeah, they're kids. I don't think their job
Yeah,
was supposed to be likable. What did it for me was, or what didn't do it for me was that, yeah, they're all sitting in the car, but at least in other Liam Neeson movies, he's like, out there running around, doing like somersaults, trying to chase down somebody. But of course, our man's is old, so I guess for this movie, he just requested to literally be sitting. He did get like, a little grimy and a little cut up, but it wasn't something that he was out there doing. Like he's just sitting, which I get it. He's like 71 years old. I wouldn't want to be running around at that age, but Yeah, like I'm used to seeing him in like an action role, and he was very unactionable in this film.
I mean, we got to see him punching a punching bag at the beginning of the film, so
Yeah,
I'll take
yeah.
that as a win. I mean, that in itself, I saw it, I was like, wow,
He
look
got
at
some muscle
him
left
go.
over.
But yeah, overall, I'd say that definitely skip this film. Not worth. I don't think anybody was rushing to go see it
Yeah,
in
not
theaters.
worth the $20
I kind
of
of
the
yeah,
movie
I kind
ticket.
of just like saw the trailer and I was like, all right, I'm gonna check it out just to check it out. But if it's if it comes down to you spending $20 or not on a ticket, hard
Hard
pass.
pass.
If you're really interested, wait for this to come out on VOD. Definitely not worth it. If you've seen any of Liam Neeson's films in the past like 5-10 years, you've in some way, shape, or form seen this film. Um, yeah, overall for me, a 2 out of 10 at best for effort and making it into the box office.
Oh, I haven't thought about a rating. I think I will also go below a 5. I don't know if I'm gonna go as low as a 2. I don't know what a 2 is in my book, but let's go with a 3, 3.5. Yeah, out of
Yeah, I
10.
mean,
It was okay. Like I said, I would watch it again. I do like bad movies, and I was like a little bit on the edge of my seat at the beginning. I did catch the twist at the end, so that wasn't super surprising. There was also a lot of belief that was suspended. There's a couple scenes. I don't think this is a spoiler, but there's a couple of scenes where he's literally driving and trying to text and googling something on his phone, and I'm like, I don't think a 71-year-old could do that, but it's an eye movie. I wouldn't watch it in theaters though.
yeah, this movie was not garbage, but it wasn't. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. If you like Liam Neeson, you'll like him here. I feel like he at the beginning of his career he had some range where he was doing different types of films, but then after Taken, he's kind of just like, let's redo and rehash
he
this recipe
ran with that
every single time. This recipe is
Yeah.
gonna make me some money, and I feel like that's the only thing because our theater was not empty.
Mm-mm.
There was people there. But mind you, it wasn't the biggest theater room, obviously, because they knew they weren't going to fill up the whole room. But to that point, people still show up. So he clearly knows that there's an audience that's going to keep showing up. I think it's kind of like Fast and Furious, where like they're going to keep making these films because people are going to show up.
I'm gonna go watch it again.
Yeah, and that was my mentality. It's like Liam Neeson, it's probably going to suck, but I'm going to give it a chance. So yeah, like I said, not garbage, but not worth checking out in theaters. If you do go see this movie, or have already seen it, unfortunately, let us know what you think in the comments below. Till next time.